people, family, you know, come and get this island and build up. And I do them look for something, man.
And the only time the land now, people, you can call a look a teeny piece of it is government land, is when the people them go now and go say them want to get a loan from the bank, and the bank check them and tell them say them have to get a land title, and then the people them fool through enough of them lazy and want to get a fast loan, them go to the land title office and sign over them for them piece of land where them surveil underneath the government. So once the government people doesn't got no paper to say, them people are sign over land title under them name, and then now when they not pay the land title now, you understand, they can come and say that look a piece of square foot, they're going to capture it because you owe them money. You understand? Otherwise, some of that people, these people, grandfather, they're over here. Remember, one, you have to remember, you know, the Jamaican government was formed in 1961 and established in 1962. You understand? So UNO is older than the Jamaican government. So it was only the slave masters them did there, and we the maroons them. You understand? And we did there before enough for the slave master them. But the slave master them come with a thing called gun. Until we never have no gun, them come put somewhere under slave. But somewhere with the bad, like Sam Shark and Paul Bogle and Nanny and the people, you understand? So it's not everybody over here says slave master pitney. Enough of us is free people.
God knows. Rough, man.
So, and they will tell people now about that here gunman over here, and one bigger thing. People, look here. Gunman over plant Callaloo and look at people, look as far as I can see. Up here, Callaloo farming people. Oh, they look hard working, see the people. So, what go on now? Yeah. So, what go on now, people? It's foolish as a go on. Can you imagine you have your house now and your house get licked now? How you feel? And where you're born and grow in the community, people, your grandfather born and grow over here, and then you go here all of a sudden a politician gonna come out of nowhere. What my father all of that, my grandfather all of that, and I go tell myself to move off of my land. What my grandfather people.
Opposition leader Mark Golding says the party will be extending support to those who were impacted by the October 6th demolition at Clifton Bernard Lodge, St. Catherine. A number of residents deemed to have erected illegal structures at the premises were evicted.
Our team were warmly greeted and welcomed by the residents, and the discussion centered on the demolition of their homes, the impact on their lives, and how we can respond to their plight. Our councillors will come together to assist the residents with a contribution of funding towards their legal fees.
He adds counseling services will also be provided. Golding says the opposition will be challenging the government on the process in which evictions are handled.
We also intend to take other action against the government's egregious practice of evicting people and destroying their homes without due process and without providing suitable alternate accommodation and compensation for their lost investment. Time come.
Meantime, attorney at law Isaac Buchanan says he's currently in the process of gathering the necessary information to represent the residents.
At this early stage, it is difficult to put out into the public what the recourse and the legal strategy is. The opposition, the People's National Party, is giving the support that is necessary to ensure that the persons who were disenfranchised and placed in a position to not even be able to pay for legal representation is given the opportunity to have legal representation.
CVM Live understands the residents of Bernard Lodge who had their homes demolished are currently pursuing legal action. Javine McLean,
all are rejoicing in the Commonwealth.
It is this symbol of white supremacy. It is this link to the colonial era.
The Crown's history of colonialism cutting deep in countries like Jamaica.
I don't see what they are doing for us here in Jamaica,
where some say the wealth of the former empire was built on the backs of those it once enslaved.
That wealth is something we never shared in. So for us in Jamaica, the monarchy is a harsh reminder of our unfortunate past.
In the Caribbean, you would have a thriving plantation industry based on sugarcane and coffee and cotton and cocoa and indigo. The one thing missing at the time was bananas, because in the age of sail, you could not import bananas fast enough to Europe. This would only come with the age of steamship and refrigeration in the late 19th century. Of all these items, sugar was by far the most profitable. Back then, you did not have sugar beet. You did not have high fructose corn syrup. So if you wanted sugar, you had to get it from sugar cane, and most of that cane was produced either in Brazil or the Caribbean. Sugar was like the oil of the 18th century. It was a rare and valuable commodity that was the centerpiece of the multi-continent industry. Relatively tiny islands were immensely valuable. When France lost the 7-Year War in 1763, for example, it had to surrender territory to the British, either Louisiana and Canada, which is to say the bulk of North America today, or the tiny islands of Guadeloupe and Martinique. Which ones do you think France picked? France preserved Guadeloupe and Martinique, which are still French today. That's the reason I was born in a French island, and then gave away Louisiana and Canada, which is why I live in Louisiana, which is part of the United States today.
What about the ripple effect? What was the ripple effect?
Well, the ripple effect was twofold. One, Britain became wealthy. There's no better example of the wealth displayed in the country than you'll see in the coronation. And then the flip side of that is you also have poverty. Most people live in conditions which are just as bad as they were 100 years ago under the British Empire. So the legacy of the empire is deep poverty in the black and brown parts of the world and wealth in the white part of the world.
I have to start to think about legacy. What will Jamaica be? What will Jamaica be? Doesn't matter to me anymore. Will it be the same as I came outside? Doesn't matter to me anymore. I have to start to think about legacy. I can't let Jamaica be the same as I came outside. And it is one thing that you will see about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want talk, make me one. Me will go with you toe to toe. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win. So we will have it out.
Jesus Christ, help us.